Practice makes perfect. Have you ever heard that expression? Well, let's chat today about how to use the expression, the idiom, the proverb, practice makes perfect, to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and I'm one of those people, probably just like you, that's had a whole lot of practice at things. Guess what that means? It means I've tried a lot of things, they haven't worked, and I've had to tweak and test and keep going and keep trying until I figured out what worked for me. This is an expression that comes from the 1550s, 1560s. John Adams used it in his autobiography. And then Vince Lombardi, the famous coach, added, perfect practice makes perfect. It doesn't help to practice things wrong. If we practice things and we're not doing it the right way, we're just reinforcing how to do something that isn't optimal. So what the heck does practice makes perfect mean, and how do we want to apply it to our business? It, of course, means that if you want to get good at something, if you want to perform something really, really well and well every time, you have to practice it. Think Tiger Woods and practicing golf. Think before him, lost his name, but I can see his face. Every day he went out and played golf. Think Michael Jordan. Every single day he practices and warms up and trains to make sure he's the best in his field. We have to be the same way. I remember my kids wanting to learn how to, and me whenever I wanted to learn anything, whether it's a sport, a hobby, a business skill, it doesn't come naturally. We're not born knowing how to play tennis. We're not born knowing how to fill out financial reports. We're not born being entrepreneurial or having business ideas, but those are skills and things we can learn along the way. And as we learn things, we apply them, we tweak them, we make progress, we practice, and then once we figure out what's working for us, we do that as a routine. We make that a habit, a routine, a system, a process that we use in every area and aspect of our life, as well as our businesses. So we have to always know where we're going, know what we want, know what we're shooting for, and then we have to take action toward it, to make progress toward it, to move toward it every single day. And in our organizations, we need to reward not only ourselves when we take action and make progress, but when we maybe take action that doesn't give us the result that we want. Maybe we take a big risk to launch a new line in our business or something, and it falls flat. Been there, done that, absolutely, positively. Does it feel good? No. But did we learn from it? Yes. And do we appreciate and be grateful that we took the action and we figured out something that didn't work, because we know, and then we did this again. We launched a different thing, a different variety, a different take, a different flavor, because in my instance it was flavors. We launched a different flavor and it took off like gangbusters. But the one we had originally started with wasn't such a great success. But we learned so much by doing something, taking action, practicing, that the next thing we launched was an absolute positive, breakthrough success. So we want to adopt this philosophy in our organizations, in our business. We need to know where we're going, what we're building, and then reward people, not for just all thinking the same and doing the same thing and being safe, but for taking risks and moving us, exponentially toward what it is that we want. If we all just think the same and do the same, we move too slowly, and then we get beat out of what it is that we're trying to do by other people, because people sometimes simultaneously have the same idea and they're moving toward the same thing. And whoever gets there first has a huge home court advantage. They have a huge advantage, just like in sports. This is an expression that's used and to motivate people, to remind them that they don't have to be awesome the first time they do things. They'll get better with practice. Can't tell you, and I won't tell you how many absolute live videos I've done, and I still have a long way to go. But am I going to get good by reading other people's videos, or reading about how to do videos, watching videos, or am I going to get better by practicing? Will I ever have a perfect video? My sources say no. But is that all right? Yes, because my purpose of doing the videos is just to communicate ideas and share information and connect with people. It isn't to be the best video producer on the planet, obviously. So that's it. Practice makes perfect today. I'd love to know your experience with this. I know I had to practice a lot of tennis to be on the tennis team. I had to practice a lot of art and science and math to do art projects, to go to college and become an engineer. I wasn't born with a math brain or a science brain, and none of us are. We're just born with this incredible tool and incredible brain that can help us create whatever we want. And it takes practice and actually doing that thing that we want to do to get us the results that we want. Share in the comments below. I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. We're doing Proverbs, about 100 or so days of Proverbs. And then we'll do something else. Not sure what yet, but I will let you know to expand our horizons. Figure out what things mean to us, because if an idiom or an expression's been around for hundreds of years or even thousands of years, or even like yesterday's only a handful of more than a handful of decades, but for decades it still has a huge impact on us. Look at all the terminology that's just popped up in the last year or so and how popular it's become. Social media has taken what things mean and words, and it used to take a long time for words or phrases to become written. And now, I mean, even with newspapers, it was about 50 years people would be using an expression before it appeared in print. Now it's days. It might be a day or two. It appears in print. It's all over the globe with the internet, and it becomes popular and used that fast. That's why we have to know what things mean. I can't tell you how many things I've actually had to, especially acronyms and shorthand things that people use on the internet, that I've had to actually Google the meaning of because I had no idea what they meant. And that's just the power of quicker communication. Have an amazing day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.